Hi, I'm Joe Sawasky, President CEO of Merit Network, coming to you from my home office in Charlevoix, Michigan. And as you can see in the background, we've got a little bit of snow here. And actually, I'm coming to you from the roof of my house. Like a lot of homes in northern rural Michigan, broadband can be a real problem. And if you see that little device, let's see, right there, that is a Wilson Cellular Amplifier that I installed when I moved in so I could maximize my broadband signal. Well, it's really not broadband according to the FCC. It's a lot less than that. But I use amplified cellular for my internet connectivity in my house. And that really helps because it's pointed toward a tower that's about 4 miles away, and it really helps with boosting the signal inside my home. But that was pre-pandemic when 4 to 5 megabits down and maybe a meg or two up on a good day was sufficient for all the work I needed to do. So it fit the bill for that time. But in November of this year, Starlink announced a early beta user program for folks who wanted to try out their low Earth orbit satellite system. I've been really intrigued by what SpaceX's Starlink division and some others like OneWeb and Amazon's Kuiper are contemplating and doing with LEO satellites. It's supposed to be the next generation satellite technology, and so far my results have been really good. You can see here I ended up having to install the dish on my roof because I needed a clear field of view to the sky. As those satellites orbit, it needs a pretty good vantage point, and I've got probably 95% coverage of the area of the sky that the dish needs to communicate with the satellites as they fly over. So here's a close-up of the dish. You can see the cable that connects it down to the control unit and the Wi-Fi router, and it has its own motor in there so it can orient itself quite nicely, and all the heating elements are in there too. And then this is the roof mount that I had to buy when I had to move it up to my roof. It's a neat little device. They call it a ridge mount, and it actually springs open to shape to the contour of your roof. And there's a little locking handle. I don't know if you can see it there in the snow. Probably not. You also have to mount it with some standard type pavers. So I had to bring a few of those up here to give it a little weight so it wouldn't blow off the roof. And they say that it can withstand, with this kind of mounting, approximately 50-mile-an-hour winds. One of the things that's really a cool feature for the Starlink dish is it's got a mode called snow melt mode on it, so that you don't always have to be climbing around if the dish happens to be mounted on your roof and brushing the snow off. It actually just consumes more power from the power supply that I showed you a little earlier. It heats up the face of the dish and it melts the snow off it. And you can kind of see the pile that slid off from that snow melt slump, I guess you'd call it, right in front of the dish. Here's the Starlink Wi-Fi router and power supply and control module. It's mounted outside in a double weather-tight box because I didn't want to penetrate my walls for a beta test in the winters. So, when I looked at the cost of Starlink at $99 per month and the cost of getting a fiber build out to my house, it was probably a 20 to 30 year payback on that. So for right now, I'm using Starlink until my electrical co-op is able to get fiber out here, and they're working on it.